Hello, I am Hardcore Yogi. This video is about the 3 different levels of listening. Very useful information if you want to be a better coach, teacher, instructor, or simply a better friend. Now, I got this 3 levels of learning, 3 levels of listening from this book, Coactive Coaching, written by Henry and Karen Kimsey House, Philip Sandel, and Laura Whitworth. Quite the large collaboration there. So I'll share their particular model for the 3 different levels of listening and then maybe give my own insights along the way. So a simple overview of the 3 levels, we'll call them level 1, 2, and 3, which encapsulate level 1 is being more self-focused when you are listening, more in touch with your own self-awareness and how things relate to you, how each thing you hear is related to you. Level 2 is focusing on the other. So it's about being very absorbed in the other. And we'll break this down more shortly. And level 3 is called environmental listening. So that's when we tap into a very meditative state where we are taking in the whole environment, us, the other person, everything around, how it's all interacting, and we'll also go more in depth with this. So starting with level 1 listening, by the way, one more thing is I'll also share some exercises they give in this book to help us practice each of these levels so we understand them better. So starting with level 1, it's where we are mainly concerned with ourselves. Even as listening to somebody else, we are concerned with ourselves, perhaps without even realizing it. And we sort of frame what we're hearing in terms of how it relates to us, what it reminds us of from our own life, how it's important to our own life, etc. So some examples of level 1 listening, or the self-obsessed kind of listening. Say you're going into a restaurant with a lover and you're sitting down to order, you're checking, is this seat comfortable for me? You're looking at the menu, you're considering your needs with the menu. Are these foods in line with my diet? You're concerned with your health, your taste preferences, etc., etc. So very much in the realm of self-awareness, which is a natural place to be. We are selfish creatures to some extent. So self-awareness is the essence of level 1 listening. Level 2 is where we place our total focus on the other. So we really do drop our own needs, our own self-agenda, and it's really encapsulated by a pure focus on the other, and not just the words. You are listening to every word and the story, but you're also tapping into the emotion and the energy, the feeling behind the words. You're interpreting the meaning behind the words as well as the words. And it's really, the cornerstone of it is curiosity. You have a lot of curiosity, like, oh, tell me more about this and this, or how did that feel to you, etc. Curiosity, empathy, understanding. So highly focused on the other. And then level 3, it is a little bit profound. Level 3, it can be called environmental learning or global learning. So in this book, they say that it's like you and the other person are at the center of the universe, connected to a field of infinite energy and information. So in this state, how it's different to level 2 is level 2 is a hyper-focused point of focus on the other. In level 3, you have a more soft and opened focus. You still take in the other, but it's a soft and open focus. So you are ready to take in anything and everything. You are willing to take in everything at the same time through every different sense. So you're observing the other and the environment, and even observing yourself and your reactions, then how your reactions is affecting the other person, then you take in that information and then you respond accordingly, put it out to them. So it's almost like you're hearing the other person twice. You're hearing what they say to you, you're hearing your reaction, you're hearing how they react to that, then responding accordingly. So it's like you're hearing them twice. And you're tapping into the energy on various different levels. You're really open to being tapped into like the temperature. Is it hot and cold, light and dark, hard or soft, both literally and figuratively? You're noticing how the environment, the energy in the room is changing in accordance to you and that other person, like how the environment is changing to you, then how the environment may be affecting you guys. So it's like a completely open and dispersed focus where you take in everything. So that's basically level 1, 2, and 3. They say that in coaching, you spend most of your time in level 2 and 3, and if you find yourself drift into 1, you quickly find yourself come back to level 2 or 3 of listening. So they gave some really useful exercises for this, and the exercises can help us understand it so much better. So exercise 1 is you can practice level 1 and 2 listening with a friend. So get a friend to tell you a story about something, say for example, a recent holiday or trip that they went on. Now, as they tell the story, first you practice level 1 listening. So you need to consider everything about how it relates to you, and you continue to, as they speak, you give your opinion about everything, you tell them about how it relates to things in your life. You do that on purpose. That's practicing level 1. Then after that, get them to tell the same story, but this time, have a large amount of curiosity. Ask in a curious way for more details about what happened, how it affected them, what they learned from it, how they experienced it. Like learn, curiosity. So that's practicing level 2 listening. And then level 3 listening is, well, the exercise for it is go into a open space. You could go into a field or a crowded area, a cafeteria, an airport, a restaurant, and simply sit there and take in everything that is happening. Observe everything. So maybe you observe one thing, then the other. Then you come back out and you observe multiple things at once. Maybe notice how when some people enter the room, the energy shifts. When people leave the room, the energy shifts. Notice how things are affecting each other. And this is basically like a mindfulness meditation in a sense. Just a meditation where you're scanning the environment to take in data kind of sequentially, then all at once. So yeah, there are very meditative aspects to the listening process. So yeah, I find that meditation and listening and awareness, they go together so well. That basically sums it up. The 3 different levels of listening as per the coactive coaching method. So yes, be aware of what kind of listening you are doing. Now that we have some better sort of definition of these levels, perhaps notice when you are listening more in level 1, and if you don't want to be, quickly shift to level 2 and level 3. But the truth is, we always shift throughout all of them in our life. There's times that we really need to be focusing on ourselves, you know. Say when you're doing shopping, you're concerned of what you need to buy. You don't care about what the person over there is doing. So there's times for each. Just be aware of each and practice each. That's how we get more skilled. Okay, Hardcore Yogi signing out. Much peace, much love.